Hello. I've been waiting for you. Come on in. As I shared on last week, my absent father issue in childhood really manifested in my adult life and my marriage. So today I think it is just so important for me to pause for a moment and just talk to my listening audience about the importance of fatherhood. Let me share with you. I remember one particular instance in my childhood that is, oh my God, it's paramount. I was about 12 years old babysitting my niece, who was about 4 years old at the time. And oh my goodness, my little niece was so in love with her dad. She had an awesome dad. He would come home, take them to the park, take them to do fun things, spend time with them, watch cartoons with them. Oh my God, this was just the ever-loving husband. I just give him his props to this day. He was awesome. I was watching this. Remember, I'm the child who did not have a father at all, babysitting a child who has the all-American father, interacting with her every afternoon when he came home from work. So on this particular day, her dad had not gotten home yet, and we were talking about daddies, and she always talked about her daddy. She was so proud of him. And she asked me, Auntie, who is your daddy? You're not telling me about your daddy. Who is your daddy? And I promise you, tears begin to flow down my face uncontrollably. Now I'm thinking, I'm sitting here in front of this child, and she's asking me about my dad, and I cannot explain to her that I don't have a relationship with my dad because she would not understand that. Nor could I explain to her that every time she mentions her dad, it saddens me. Nor could I explain to her that just seeing her with her dad created such a void in my life, in my heart. So I just told my niece, oh, sweetie, it doesn't matter. He was not important. Let's just keep talking about your dad. Now imagine the truth in that. There was none, because it was very important to me to have my dad, but I just didn't have him and couldn't talk about it. So if you are an adult and you have not allowed your children to have a relationship with their father, please, for the love of God, correct that right now. Every child wants a relationship with their parent. Most of them have the relationship with the mother, so that's good. But this absent father conundrum that we have in America, we have to get it straight, ladies. If we love them enough to conceive, let's love them enough to let the children have that relationship with their father. Please. Because the child may never say anything about it, but that void grows up in the child. And the child becomes a teenager and acts out without voicing the fact that they are upset that they don't have that absent parent. And then that teenager becomes an adult who becomes promiscuous, who becomes violent, who becomes just less than ideal character because they have a void that they have not dealt with. It's almost like a cancer growing and never being addressed. So ladies, specifically to the ladies, and men if you're in the audience and you have not been that dad to your child, please, I plead with you, go make it right. Let's break this cycle and let's get fatherhood, put fatherhood back up as the leader in families like it's supposed to be. Now, where should we continue? Okay, so I fast forward. Now I'm an adult. I have a husband and a father. Would you believe that the way I treated my husband was greatly enhanced having my dad in my life? I was able to understand how to respect and honor my husband better after I had a relationship with my dad, because I loved my dad. I respected him. I honored him. I reverenced him, his whatever he said, his wisdom, his experiences. And so that made me look at my husband in a total different light. And I don't know, but I would venture to say that a lot of issues in our marriages, wives, if we were honest, really stem from our lack of experience, which means lack of respect for our husbands in totality. Yes, we respect them as our husbands. Yes, we may respect them as the men in our lives. But do we really respect their role as God intended it to be? Do we really respect their voice, their position? If you look at the Bible, it tells us in Genesis that Adam was created and Eve was created for Adam. And then the children, the offspring, were supposed to be under the umbrella of authority or responsibility of the wife. Now, if we are respecting and honoring our husbands as our leader, do we have conflict as often as we do when we are reverencing our leader? Do we respect his voice and his opinions and his decisions like we should? Now, I am not advocating for you to be docile and not have a voice in your marriage. Please don't read me wrong. I am saying that God made Adam, the first man, husband, to be the leader of the family. So the ultimate responsibility for that family and the decisions rest on the shoulders of Adam. So now if we are dictating to our husbands what they should and should not do, what you will and will not do, because you are grown. Those were my words. I don't know if those are your words, but those were my words. I'm grown. So if we take on that type of attitude, then no, we are not respecting the position of a leader. And so when you think of a leader, you think of someone who has an ultimate responsibility. He is a provider. He is to be respected. He is to be reverenced. And we should work to create an atmosphere where he can lead and grow into leadership. Now, how can he grow into leadership? If he is not allowed to be the leader, that means you follow what he says, then he cannot learn how to be a leader or become a better leader, because there's nobody following. And anytime you are leading, you must have someone following you, or you're not a leader. You're just taking a walk, as they say. So, wives, what I am saying to you is I was unable to follow my husband and allow him to lead because I did not respect his position and his role. Not because I did not like him, not because I did not trust him. It was because I did not have any background experience with what that even looked like. If this is blessing you, please remember, like, share, and subscribe.